Ladies, in case no one has said this to you today, if you ever find yourself making a pros and cons list for a man, leave. 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 He's not the one. I can tell you that right now. He's not the one. Leave.
Ay, ay. She's a runner, she's a track star.
I'm a runner, I'm a track star.
We are back at female dating strategies on Reddit, and the reason I started with that video about the pros and cons and why that's so important to understand in the bigger picture of things is because of attitudes, mindsets, and posts like this one we're going to get into. Remember, pros and cons list. If you're dating a girl and she breaks up with you, boo-hoo, wah-wah, you get your heart broken, whatever. You'll survive. But understand the correlation between that attitude and now if you legally involve yourself with a woman, how dangerous that can be, because that's no longer just heartbreak. That is a potential life-changing event that you will have to work for years and years and years to dig yourself out of if you're not aware and prepared beforehand. Division of labor imbalances in marriage are a form of spousal abuse. Make him earn his right to stay married or divorce his behind. On every page I follow, in every parent group I am in, I see the same thing. Mothers talking about how exhausted they are, how hurt they are by the imbalance of work in their heterosexual relationships. The problems are all some variation of, I just gave birth, am up half the night breastfeeding. Why do I also have to make dinner and clean while my spouse watches TV? The advice is always the same. Be gentle with yourself. You can't do it all. Parenthood is hard. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know which of you needs to hear this, but I'll give some better advice. Divorce his butt.
Ay, ay. She's a runner, she's a track star.
I'm a runner, I'm a track star.
This cultural norm where a man buys his free time with his partner's labor, suffering, and sometimes with the literal destruction of her body is misogyny on steroids. Men are not innately incompetent or lazy or incapable of doing their fair share. Tell that jack to get off the golf course, get his butt home, get up in the middle of the night with the baby, and start earning the right to stay married. And remind him that not all men are this way, and that a dude who doesn't do his fair share is not exactly a prize. He is replaceable. Lazy men who think you should have to work 168 hours a week while they work 40 are easy to find. If my spouse can pull his weight while litigating police and prison death cases and dealing with the unending horror of our current legal system, then your Johnny do-nothing husband can manage to get up with the darn baby and stop blaming your postpartum depression on your woman hormones. If he gets free time and you don't, if he gets to sleep and you don't, if you have to do the grunt work and he doesn't, guess what? It's not an accident. He knows exactly what he is doing. Division of labor imbalances in marriages are a form of spousal abuse. Stop making excuses for crappy men. ETA. A couple of people have pointed out that this is heteronormative. Of course it is. This is not something that happens by accident. It is a type of oppression perpetrated by men against women. It's simple misogyny. And our entire culture endorses it.
All these people screaming facts, but they fake woke. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in.
We tell women that they're just naturally nurturing, that men just can't do better. We preach self-care and self-compassion, But when someone practices the self-care of calling out garbage behavior, we tell her her expectations are too high. Then, when a woman has a husband who does pull his weight, we tell her to be grateful. Friends, you do not have to be grateful for a husband who does an equitable share any more than you have to be grateful for a husband who does not beat you. This should be the bare minimum in a society where women are viewed as full human beings. Okay, that was hard for me to read through without butting in, but I did it. Pat on the back for myself for that one with this insane feminist post. All right, Zon, here's the deal, guys. Here's why this is so important to understand beforehand. Because the mainstream now, this is not just some Reddit page that very few women go to. It's now mainstream because even if women aren't reading posts like this every single day, we go back to the main video, the pros and cons list.
Ladies, in case no one has said this to you today, if you ever find yourself making a pros and cons list for a man, leave. 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 He's not the one. I can tell you that right now. He's not the one. Leave.
Ay, ay. She's a runner, she's a track star.
I'm a runner, I'm a track star.
If you have to even think about pros and cons of your boyfriend or husband, he's not for you. Break up with him. Divorce him. You deserve better, queen. That is the type of attitude. I mean, think about how all of this relates. In today's world where everything is, fast, the quick fix. I want a new date. I swipe on online dating app, match. Okay, let's see what happens. I want a new conversation. Swipe on online dating. Here comes a new one. Ooh, I want to get attention and validation. Post some thought selfie so I can get likes and DMs from men. Everything is so quick fix now. And if something doesn't work right away, move on. If you even have to think about pros and cons of your boyfriend or husband, move on. Now, we could sit here and go, all right, well, for both parties, that kind of sucks, right? The relationships are at a standstill where, people just don't want to put the time in to make something work. All right, I agree. We could say that on both ends, no doubt. This culture has affected both men and women. However, here is the big thing for all the men and women out there, is that, one, very few, if any, women will marry down. Therefore, in every relationship or marriage, it's going to be the man that is bringing more to the table that has more to lose. In a divorce, he has more to lose. So in almost every single case, there's going to be some rare exceptions where you go, well, I make the same amount of money as my husband. Blah, blah, blah. The reality is with a woman's hypergamy, she wants the highest status man that she can attain. She wants a man that is higher than herself, that elevates her status in some way. Therefore, in almost all cases, if you do marry a woman, you have more to lose than she does. Now, that's just one part of it. The second part is the legal system. In the first part, people could argue with me. Well, that's not always true, Adam. I get it. People could argue that one. This second part, you cannot argue. Is a man, you get absolutely demolished in family and divorce court. Is men, you are the perpetrators. Women are the victims. Is men, it's your fault. She's the angel. This attitude you hear right here, this is more of what the mindset will be in court. This is going to be what most people's mindset is. When you enter that arena, you are behind big time. So, to everyone out there that goes, well, yeah, you know what, relationships aren't the same as they used to be because everything's about the quick fix and you just want the quick solution. And if you want to make a relationship work, you got to both put your time and effort in. Yeah. Whatever. Who cares? The bottom line is that if you legally involve yourself, men are going to get screwed. So men, when we say don't get married, there's reasons for this. If you want to get married, sure, go ahead. But understand that if your wife even decides to go, you know what, my husband's great in all these areas, but here's the con. Here's the con. He's only 5'11". Oh, wait a second. She just started to make a pro cons list.
If you ever find yourself making a pros and cons list for a man, leave. Leave.
All of the mainstream is telling her, if you even have to think about it, break up with him. You can do better. He's replaceable. Are you guys seeing how dangerous this attitude can be if you involve yourself legally? Let's hear a couple of the comments here. I've just read a post about how divorced women spend less time on household chores than married ones, and they sleep more and better. Kind of counterintuitive, except not. This post should be memorized by every young woman. The things that are the norm now are not normal. They are ugly and exploitative. Exploitative. Somebody in the comments tell me how to pronounce this word. Exploitative. That's a tongue twister for me. I can confirm I no longer have to clean up after my ex-husband or do his laundry, etc. And my sons have stepped up more to help with dinner, clean up, laundry, yard work, etc. Yeah, so here's a little bit of an example of this one is, you know how when women mention the baby thing and helping with the baby and doing the dishes and all that stuff? Yeah, because we all know this part here. The things that women are incapable of doing or don't want to do, those are the husband's jobs. Get up on the roof, clean out the gutters, husband's job. Lift this, carry this around, move this around, husband's job. The dangerous activities, the ones where you have to use physical strength, husband's jobs. We all know this, but the thing is, husbands don't come on here and complain and say, if you have to make a pros or cons list about your wife, divorce her. That's the difference. There is a distribution of labor because men and women are better at different things naturally.
How dare you? How dare you?
Can also confirm I definitely spend far less time cleaning now that I'm divorced. I knew I did most of the chores, but I didn't realize how much more of the mess was caused by him. I've heard posts from the other side of men saying the same thing about women being more messy, so this is all anecdotal. People are messy, some people are not messy. Men and women, it's a mixed bag in that one. I think a good bit of it is because they never clean up as they go. Where a woman would usually take her dirty clothes to the hamper right after her shower, a man will just leave them on the bathroom floor. When a woman finishes a bottle of water, she takes her trash to the trash can, while a man will just leave it on his desk, and so on. You guys seeing this, right? This is the type of post that they get that they go off of. This is the evidence they have. Where are the statistics on this? A woman would take her dirty clothes to the hamper right after a shower. Yep, all the girls. Yep, queen, that's true. That's true. A man will just leave them on the bathroom floor. Oh, yep, that's always true for all men. When a woman finishes a bottle of water, she takes it to the trash can. Hey, guess what? Women, us men take it to the recycling bin. Oh, get woke.
How dare you? How dare you?
Get woke. Climate change. Oh no. You and your trash bottles. This is, I don't know. This crazy world we're in, guys. Men seem to leave sticky residues in excess. Like, in general, all the residues. Stuff doesn't even come close with just women in a house. All right. Divorced twice. Life is generally far easier single or not cohabitating with men, at least. I can also confirm living with a teenager is easier than living with a grown man. Hey, there's another shout out to you guys. I agree with her. Be single or don't cohabitate with women. We can agree with her on this one. She's divorced twice. I wonder if she's getting paid for any of that. I wonder. I honestly don't know how I found the time to be married. I certainly couldn't give up my early nights with a mug of tea and a book. All right, I'm done with this. Wait, what is this one? Yes, I love that these values are becoming more and more popularized. FDS sisters, hear me out. Our views are not extreme. We are simply calling misogyny out. Normalize feminism. Normalize divorcing deadweight Daves. Normalize raising expectations. Guys, we go over this all the time about women's expectations get insanely high because of hypergamy and how much they date and sleep around these days. And now they want to raise them even higher. Oh boy. Wow. Okay. Normalize not giving guys a time of day when they are not worthy of your time. Yeah, women already always do this. Think about the nice guys that get totally ignored when women are in their prime years. Oh boy. All right, whatever, guys. So what do you guys think about this? I mean, again, it's my PSA. I just don't think you should legally involve yourself with women. I just don't believe that at this day and age. Do I believe avoid all women? No, I don't. That's not me. That's not my style. You do your own thing. I'm a risk taker. I still like to have fun. I still enjoy the male-female dynamic, but my goodness, I do not want to put myself in any type of tie or bind with the legal system and a woman. That triangle does not mix for me. All right, well, let me know what you guys think. See ya.
Ladies, in case no one has said this to you today, if you ever find yourself making a pros and cons list for a man, leave. 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 He's not the one. I can tell you that right now. He's not the one. Leave.
Ay, ay. She's a runner, she's a track star.
I'm a runner, I'm a track star.
Don't forget, subscribe, like, comment, share the video, but definitely subscribe.